Good afternoon guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another course management, and today we're starting at Whalley Park, which is on the South Yorkshire and West Yorkshire border. First hole, par 4, 360 yards, and a dog leg. People think 360 yards straight away, I've got to be hitting drive, I've got to get it as far down as possible. I take on the trees, especially from the yellow tees. I try and be more aggressive, and we end up doubling the first. So here we've got a bunker in the distance at around about 220, so I'm going to play a 4-iron. Here it is into the wind and a little bit off the left, so that's going to leave me in a prime position to hit down to the green, and I'm not going for the glory shot. So left of the trees, just left of the black and white post. Reasonable strike, first swing of the day, and that's on the middle stripe. So there again, I don't have to go something that's going to go too long. We want to play left and play safe and avoid the trouble, which is the bunkers further down there. So let's go and show you how much of a dogleg it is.
And ideally don't duff it into the water.
Very true. So this is a hole like we've seen from the flyover, where you can take the corner on, and a lot of people do take that on, but it's risk and reward. You're not really rewarded for hitting it over the corner on this hole. Again, you can run out into the rough, you can't see it land, and how many times I see people think they've hit the perfect shot, lose the ball, have to do the walk of shame on a Saturday morning back towards the tee. Realistically guys, play the safe way here. We can't see the ball land, you're going to run into trouble. If we hit the trees and you start off with a double bogey or even a bogey, which on a hole that is relatively straightforward if you play it the correct way, we're then clutching for the rest of the round. People start to get a little bit more aggressive and you're quickly out of contention by the 9th hole. So guys, make sure, just because it's short, just because you could get to the green, you've got to hit a 50-yard slice, and none of us can do that consistently.
That's right, the deck this morning, but
is it? That's where James hit the deck this morning. So guys, middle of the fairway, a relatively easy start to a round, and that's what we see a lot of people, don't do a warm-up, go into the first tee, get the driver out, don't commit to it or haven't really hit a shot, so they don't know where it's going to go. Hit a 4-iron here, a lot easier to strike than a driver. I've left myself around about 140 downhill, and you can see it's downhill, so again, it's not really playing 140, it's playing closer to 130 yards. So I've played it pretty easy. Going over these trees, you can see it can catch the trees, get stuck in the rough, or there is out of bounds there. And you can see in the summer, firm bounce, and we're into the trees on the far side, and we're struggling then already to get it even onto the green. So for me here, a little pitching wedge, nice and controlled. Drawing in nicely. Oh, a bit of backspin. Into around about 10-12 feet. So very easy there, 360 yards. I've hit a 4-iron for safety. I knew I could get a good contact with that. For you it might be a 5-wood, it might be a hybrid, and then we can get something to a big green on the first and just get into our round. So as you can see, as we walk down to the green, you can see how it does drop a lot. It's probably dropping 10-20 feet from where I was from hitting my iron shot. So you have to counter that in, and we've talked about that before in course management. Make sure you take into account the slope. I know you might have a Bushnell that tells you the slope. If you don't have a Bushnell, you need to be aware of that. A lot of people will stand that back there at 140 and go, well, 140 is my 8-iron. You catch it nice and crisp, you're over the back of the green, or you're long and you've given yourself a 40-foot putt. So you might have played it correctly off the tee, but then you've not taken into account the slope, and that's what I see a lot of people get caught out with. And there's quite a few holes here at Whalley, especially the next, where we're hitting up to a green, which will be on next week. We're hitting up to a green, and then we have to make sure we counter for that as well. It's going to change the landing angle, it's going to change how it comes in, it's going to affect how close we can hit it. But there, a little bit of spin back, I'm going to say 18 feet. I was a bit generous with 10 to 12, but we can give it a go. It's a front pin. We'll see what we can do. Again guys, when it's a front pin like this, we've got to make sure that we're picking the right club to get into the green as well. Not only take it into the slope, but but we need a landing angle to maybe stop that quicker. So if you're hitting in a 7 or an 8 iron, you might need to think in the summer, we are in the winter at the moment, but landing it short, okay? You might be better off hitting a 7 iron or an 8 iron, whichever is your 140 club, landing it short and letting it run on, because if you do pitch it onto a firmer green even in the summer, again it might run on. So think about where you're wanting to land the ball. It doesn't always have to be on the green.
The group behind just had a casualty, by the way. I heard a driver noise and then a wooden noise.
There you go. So the classic, the boys behind have gone for the risk and it's not paid off. Da-da-da. So, good roll, slightly underpaced, but, they're shouting 4, the boys have gone for it. Oh, they have as well. One has took the risk.
Yellow tee though, that.
Oh, yellow tee, so we don't count that. But guys, yes, a short par 4 there here at Whalley to start with. Always people think, oh, it's an easy getting into the round, easy hole, I should be able to birdie, get off to a good start. Make sure you take your medicine. Like the gentleman behind, I think that might be his provisional because James did a casualty before, but then we can make sure we get onto the green, get out of here with a par and get your round started without losing too many shots. Guys, thanks for watching. I will see you again out here for the second hole at Whalley Park.